Hi everyone, this is K. Saket Reddy from D section. Today my topic is what are the elements in state chart diagram. The number of diagram it, the name of diagram itself clarifies the purpose of the diagram and other details. It describes the different types of components in system. The states are specified to component or objects of system. A state chart diagram describes a state machine. A state machine can be defined as a machine which defines the different states of an object, and these states are controlled by external or internal events. Activity diagram explained in the next chapter is a special kind of state chart diagram. As state chart diagram defines the states, it is used to model the lifetime of an object. Purpose of state chart diagram. State chart diagram is one of the 5 UML diagrams used to model the dynamic nature of system. They define different states of an object during its lifetime. These states are changed by events. State chart diagram are useful to model the reactive systems. Reactive systems can be defined as a system that respond to the external or internal events. State chart diagram describes the flow of control from one state to another state. States are defined as a condition in which an object exists and it changes when some event is triggered. The most important purpose of a state chart diagram is to model lifetime of an object from creation to termination. State chart diagram are also used for forward and reverse engineering of a system. However, the main purpose is to model the reactive system. State chart diagram is used to describe the state of different objects in its life cycle. Emphasis is placed on state changes upon some internal or external events. These state of objects these state of objects are important to analyze and implement them accurately. State chart diagram are very important for describing the states. States can be identified as a condition of an object when a particular event occurs. Before drawing a state chart diagram, we should clarify the following points. Identify the important objects to be analyzed, identify the states, identify the events. Elements in state chart diagram. Initial state. This state shows the first activity of the flow. A state chart represents the state of objects at a particular given point of time. A transition from one state to another state of an object. Another state of an object is represented by an arrow. Action, event and action. It triggers that cause a transaction to occur. When or a trigger caused by an event to the state which caused a transaction, this message is called as signal. The state diagram ends with a diagram that depicts a bullseye is known as the final state. Initial state, the first or default state. The object is in it is denoted by a solid circle. State. All states an object can go in or mentioned in this. It is represented by rectangle with round edges. Transition depicted by arrow from the source state to destination state. Final state depicts the end of the. It is shown by a bull eye symbol. Transition. A solid arrow represents the path between different states of an object. Label the transition with the event that trigger it and action that results from it. A state can have transition that points back to itself. Initial state. A filed circle by an arrow represents the object state. Final state. An arrow pointing to a filled circle nested inside another circle represents the object final state. Synchronization and split of control. A short heavy bar with two transitions entering in it represents a synchronization of control. The first bar is often called FO, where a single transition split into concurrent multiple transitions. The second bar is called a join, where concurrent transition reduced back to one. Following in is an example of state chart diagram where state of order object is analyzed. The first state is an ideal from where the process starts. The next starts or arrived from for events like send, request, confirm request, and dispatch order. These events are responsible for the state changes of order object. During the life cycle of an object, it goes through the following states and there may be some abnormal exists. These abnormal exit may occur due to some problem in the system when the entire life cycle is complete. It is considered as a complete transaction as shown in the following figure. The initial final state of an object is also shown in the following figure. These are the chart diagram of an ordered management system. State chart diagram are used to model the dynamic aspect of system like other four other four discussed in this tutorial. However, it has some distinguished characters for modeling the dynamic nature. State chart diagram defines the state of a component, and these state changes are dynamic in nature. Its specified purpose is to define the state change triggered by an event. Events are external or internal factors influencing the system. State chart diagram are used to model the states and also the events operating on a system. When implementing a system, it is very important to clarify different states of an object during its lifetime. State chart diagrams are used for this purpose. When these states and events are identified, they are used to model it, and these models are used during the implementation of system. If we look into practical implementation of state chart diagram, then it is mainly used to analyze the object states influenced by events. This analysis is helpful to understand the system behavior during its execution. The main usage can be described as as to model the object of a system, to model the reactive systems consisting of reactive objects, to identify the events responsible for state changes, forward and reverse engineering. Thank you.